Good morning students. Today we'll discuss about capsule fill capacity. So it is a very important question for 2 marks. Write about the various sizes of hard gelatin capsules and their importance. Okay, so you can expect this question for 2 marks. So coming to the capsule fill capacity, the empty capsules, they are sold by their sizes. And the most commonly employed for the human use, it ranges from size 0 to size 5. So size 0 is your largest and size 5 is your smallest one. So size 00 capsules are occasionally required. Okay. So this is, can you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are available in these many sizes. 0 is your largest and 5 size is your smallest size. Okay. Then the fill weight for the powders, it is calculated by multiplying powder tab density by the capsule volume. So you will have the capsule volume and you will have the powder tabbed density. So by multiplying these two, you can get the fill weight of the powder. The fill weight for the powder is equal to your capsule volume into your powder tabbed density. Okay, and the fill volume, it varies with the amount of pressure which is employed in hand filling or with the type of equipment. So based on the pressure which you are utilizing, whether it is hand operated or machine operated, based on that the fill volume will vary. Okay, so now we'll have a look at what are the various sizes and what is their capacity. Okay, the smaller the capsule size, the smaller should be the corresponding size of particles to achieve the uniform fill weight. In order to achieve a uniform fill weight, the particle size should also be smaller if your capsule size is small. Okay, and the liquid fill capacity is restricted to 9. They should not exceed 90% of the capsule body volume. Okay, suppose in case you are filling liquids, it should not exceed your 90% of the body volume of the capsule. So in case of liquid filling, the liquid fill capacity is restricted and it should not exceed 90% of the capsule body volume in order to prevent the spillage of the product. Okay, so these are your sizes. I have told you size 0 is the largest, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. This is suitable for human use. This is the largest size. And the weight of this empty capsule will be 96 plus or minus 6 mg. So you can, it might be 102 or in between 90 to 102 mg the weight will be for the 0 size capsule. Okay, for the capsule 1 size, the weight will be ranges in between 76 plus or minus 5 mg. Okay, for 2 capsule size, the weight ranges in between 61 plus or minus 4 mg. For capsule size 3, the weight ranges from 48 plus or minus 3 mg. Then for capsule size 4, the weight ranges from 38 to plus or minus 3 mg. Then for capsule size 5, you will have 28 plus or minus 2 mg, the weight of your empty capsule. So this is the size of the capsule, this is the weight of the empty capsule. So in case of these capsules, if this is a powder fill density, then what is your fill capacity? That means this much amount of powder you can fill. So fill capacity means this much mg of powder you can fill in this size, this particular size. So for example, if your fill density is 0.6 gram per ml, then you can fill 408 mg of the powder. Okay, so if similarly, if the powder density is on same as 0.6, you can fill 300 mg for 1 capsule size, 222 mg for 2 capsule size, 180 mg for 3 capsule size, 126 for 4 capsule size and 78 for 5 capsule size. Similarly, as the density varies, your fill weight varies. Okay, so you can have a look at this. So if the density is 0.8 mg per 0.8 grams per ml, then this much will be a fill capacity. Okay, so this is a very important question for 2 marks. Please go through it, the density and the fill density and the fill capacity for different sizes of capsules. 544, 400, 296, 240, 168, 104. Then for 1, 680, 500, 370, 300, 210, 130. Then for 1.2, you have 816, 600, 444, 380, 252 and 156. Okay, so this is the capsule fill capacity. Next topic is your finishing of capsules. So finishing means finished capsules. From all the filling equipment, they require some sort of dusting or some kind of polishing operation. Why? before the remaining operations, like remaining operations of what, inspection, bottling and labeling are completed, you should finish them or polish them before you proceed with the your end operations. So dusting and polishing operations, they vary according to the type of the filling equipment used and according to the type of the powder used for filling. Okay, so a dusting or polishing, it will depend on the type of the equipment used and the type of the powder used for filling. Okay, so these following methods are pan polishing, cloth dusting and brushing. So these are the methods which are most commonly used based on the output, based on the formulation and based on the required final appearance. Okay, so first coming to your pan polishing. So this pan polishing, in this you will use a coating pan. Okay, so you remember the coating pan which we used in the tablet coating. So here you are using that coating pan. So Asalakota tablet coating pan is used here. Okay, so here Asalakota tablet coating pan, it may be used to dust and polish the capsules. Okay, so this is used to dust and polish the capsules. A polyurethane or a cheesecloth liner. So you'll have a lining inside that pan. So that is made of polyurethane, or you have a cheesecloth. So that lining material that will trap your dust. Okay, so it is used to trap and it is used to remove the dust, and it will also impart a gloss to the capsules. Okay, so as the name indicates, pan polishing, you remove the dust, okay, and you also impart gloss to the capsules. Okay, next you have cloth dusting. In cloth dusting, the bulk filled capsules, they are rubbed, as the name is telling, you are dusting with the capsules with a cloth. So a bulk filled capsules, they are rubbed with a cloth that may or may not be impregnated with an inert oil. Okay, so here you are using an inert oil, or you may not use an inert oil. So whatever the cloth which you are using, that may means you will spread the oil on the cloth. You may or you may not spread. Okay, and so it is a hand operation. This procedure, it is a hand operation, but it can handle reasonable volumes of capsules. Okay, and it is a positive method for the removal of your resistant materials. Okay, and in addition to removing your dust, it will also impart a gloss to the capsules. So this cloth dusting, in addition to removing your dust, it is a hand operated method. It also imparts a gloss to the capsules. So next is your brushing. So in this procedure, the capsules are fed under rotating soft brushes which serve to remove dust from the capsule shell. So whatever dust is sticking on the capsule shell, that will be removed by your soft brushes. So capsules are fed under rotating soft brushes which will serve to remove the dust from the capsule shell. So once you remove the dirt by the brushes, it must be accompanied, this operation, it must be accompanied by application of vacuum. Okay, so after brushing, after you are passing them on the brushes, it must be accompanied by application of vacuum for dust removal. Okay, because some materials are extremely difficult to remove by brushing. So when you apply vacuum, it will help in the removal of dust. Okay, so this is with your finishing of capsules. You have pan polishing, cloth dusting and brushing. Okay, next we will discuss about some polish equipment. Okay, so there is various polish equipments available in addition to your Asalakota pan. So what are those? So here you have Rotosort and you have Eruca KEA equipment. So first coming to your Rotosort. Okay, so this Rotosort, it is a new filled capsule sorting machine. Capsule sorting machine. Why capsule sorting machine? Because whatever the filled capsules are there, it has to separate those filled capsules from your unfilled capsules or any broken capsules or any capsules that is having loose powder. So this is a kind of sorting and polishing machine. So it is a new filled capsule sorting machine and is mechanical sorting device. Okay, it is a mechanical sorting device that will remove your loose powder. Okay, if any loose powder is present, it helps to remove that loose powder, and if any unfilled capsules are there, unfilled joint capsules, that also will be removed, and the loose caps of the capsule shells, that also will be removed. Okay, and it can handle up to 1,50,000 capsules per hour. So this Rotosort, it can handle up to 1,50,000 capsules per hour, and it can run directly from a filling machine or can be used separately. That means as soon as the capsule filling operation is done, it can be attached after immediately after that, or directly to that, or it can be used separately. So this is with your Rotosort. Next you have Eruca KEA machine. Okay, so this is a de-dusting and polishing machine. Okay, it is a de-dusting and polishing machine and is designed to handle the output from any capsule filling machine. So whatever the capsules are filled from any machines, they can be polished or they can be de-dusted by this using this Eruca KEA equipment. It moves the capsules between the soft plastic tassels. Okay, it is having against a perforated plastic sleeve under vacuum. So nothing but it will have a vacuum application. Above that, perforated means what, it is having holes. Perforated sleeve will be there. Above the perforated sleeve, you have a soft plastic tassels. So when the capsules move in between those tassels, whatever dust is there, it gets passed to the perforations and it will get removed when you apply the vacuum. Okay, it is not very simple. So it moves the capsules between the soft plastic tassels. So capsules are moving under tassels. If any dust is there, they fall on the perforated sleeve, and when the vacuum is applied, they can be easily removed. So any residual powder can be removed by the vacuum. Okay, so this is with your capsule sorting and polishing equipment here, Rotosort, Eruca KEA, and you have one more PM60. Okay, so you have one more polishing machine is here, PM60. Okay, so in this you have a vacuum system to remove the unfilled capsules. The one more I have told you is PM60. This is also a capsule sorting and polishing machine. Okay, and it may be used separately or it may be combined in the finishing of FGC. As I have told you, as the hard gelatin capsules, immediately they are filled. After they are filled, this machine can be directly attached, same like here Rotosort, or it can be used separately. Okay, and it is having a belt. A belt is available that will present the capsules for visual inspection. And you have vacuum system to automatically remove the unfilled capsules. So cleaning and polishing machine PM60, it may be used to polish the finished capsules. It consists of 2 lambs wool belts. Okay, it consists of 2 lambs wool belts which are moving in opposite direction. It consists of 2 lambs wool belts which are moving in their opposite direction. Okay, the capsules are carried on the lower belt. The capsules will be carried on your lower belt. Okay, and both the belts are under suction, that means under pressure. So capsules are on the lower belt. It is having 2 belts which are moving in opposite direction like this. 2 belts moving in opposite direction. The capsules are on lower belt and both the belts are under suction. Okay, so this is with your PM60. The next you have imprinting. You can go through it. It's nothing but imprinting. So you are giving the product identification information. So imprinting, after that we will have the evaluation of hard gelatin capsules. With that we will finish the hard gelatin capsule. So imprinting means it is nothing but it is a method by which any company can place the product identification information on each capsule. Okay, so the imprinting operation is best performed on the empty capsules, but although filled capsules can also be printed. Okay, so this imprinting, it can be done either on the empty capsules or it can be done on the filled capsules. It can be done both on empty and filled capsules. Then what else? You have various types and capacities of equipment for imprinting purpose. Okay, so you can just go through it from the textbook, imprinting, and then in the next class we'll start with your. So all imprinting machines, they use a wide variety of colors of edible inks, both water and solvent based. Okay, so you will use ink, right? Whatever inks you are using for imprinting, they are both water based and solvent based. Both water and solvent based are available for imprinting on the capsule shells. Okay, so this is with your imprinting. Next class we'll discuss about QC test. QC test for hard gelatin capsules. Very important question. So with that we'll finish your hard gelatin capsules. So this is with your today's topic. If you have any doubts, please ping me.